so small town. My parents live in the same small town. My job is so small town, provides a little opportunity. Educated in a small town, I feared Jesus in a small town. He used to daydream in that small town, another for a romance, that's me. I've seen it all in a small town, had myself a ball in a small town. Married an LA and I brought her to this small town. No, she's small town, just like me. Well, I can't forget where it is I come from. I can't forget the people who love me. Yeah, I get myself here in this small town. The people let me be just what I want to be. Hey, how you doing out there, Guitar Heroes? Okay, we've got John Mellencamp today, 1985, Small Town. Another big hit for John, obviously, and not a complicated song, at least from the perspective of the chords that we're going to be using. A G, and a D, and a C, through the basic verses. Okay, well the intro, well I guess before I get started, I'm in standard tuning. But if you want to play along with the original, you're going to have that capo up here at 4. And that's because John sings a whole heck of a lot higher than I do, but we can still use the simple chords. And so just to give you a perspective of what this means, let's take a crack at the vocals here. Well, I was born in a small town, and I live in a small town. Now let me put that capo up at 4 and you can see what the difference is. Well, I was born in a small town, and I live in a small town. You can see the huge difference there is in the voice. So if you can sing that high, great. Now of course I can, you know, it sounds like, oh well, why didn't you do that, Gary? Well, the second line of each verse is when it goes up, and you heard that during the kind of demonstration, so to speak. So that part I can't hit at all. So in this case, we can still use the simple chords and be able to sing it. And you know, if you can sing higher, then more power to you. You know, bring the capo up to wherever you need to be. But the original version, if you want to play along with the record, would be capo at 4. Okay, so these simple chords: G, D, C, D. So in the intro, we're just going to rotate these 2 times. G, D, C, D, G, D, C, D. And on the original record, that's played 4 times. And then we're going to go into the verse, and now it's going to be basically that same progression. G, well, I was D, born in a C, small town D, and I-G-I-D, live in a C, small town D, G, probably deep down in a C, small town D. Oh, those, we have an A minor here too. Forgot about that A minor. All those A minor small communities, D. Okay, so that's verse 1. We have 6 verses that are all identical except for the words. So we'll go through one more a little bit slow. All my friends are a small town. Now, there's an example of how the strumming might have a little pattern to it. All my friends are so small town. On that D because it kind of falls in between the two lines. Then we go back into parents live in the C, small town. G, my D cap is so small town. Provides a minor little opportunity. Now we get through the second verse and then we repeat that intro 2 times. This time the G. Now you notice I do an up strum on this last D. And I can't tell you that's exactly the way who's ever playing guitar. I don't know if John's playing acoustic guitar or somebody else's. I can't tell you it's exactly, that feels right to me to end on that D coming up. And I think I do the same thing then in the verses. So that's something to kind of think about as you go through. Okay, so we got 4 of these verses, first 2, then we repeat the intro, 2 more verses, then we go into the chorus, and we're just going to rotate C, G, C, G, and then there's a D, and then there's a couple D's in here, so let's go through it. No, I, C, cannot, G, forget where it is that C, I come from, G. I see, cannot forget G, that the people who love me, D. Yeah, I can't see, be my G self here in C, this small town G, and the C people, let me be G, just see what I want to be. D, we end up on D. So there you go. It's still really the same pattern. G, C, G, C, G, and then we got a D at the end of the last second verse and the fourth verse in the chorus. Okay, so after the chorus, you know, another round of the intro and then 2 more verses, and we're done. So it's a lengthy song from a lyrics perspective, but it's simplified just because that same pattern pretty much goes through the entire song, and that makes it just a little bit easier. Okay, so what about the speed? Well, you know, this is one of those things, if this is too fast, the chord changes seem too fast for you, well then start really slow. This is what you always do, right? I was born in a small town, and I live in a small town. So you can use single strums and slow it way down if you want, especially when you get started. And then once you start building your speed up, then you're going to be doing something a little closer to this. I was born in a small town, and I live in a small town. Probably die in a small town, oh those small communities. All my friends are so small town. Parents live in the same small town. My job is so small town, never had a little opportunity. Okay, so there's your speed. And so the only variation might be the fact that you hit that D on the upstroke when it's the second D. All downstrokes otherwise, G, D, C, D, and then end with an upstroke on that D. That feels right to me. Okay, so there you go. Small Town, John Mellencamp, 1985. Want to play along with the record? Capo at 4. Okay, otherwise, move the capo wherever you want. Doesn't matter. You're playing by yourself. Does it really matter? And then slow it down if you want to work on this song. Don't think that, hey, I can't do that speed, so I'm just going to toss it and I'm going to move on. Start really slow and work up a little bit gradually. Okay, so thanks for watching. I hope you got something out of this video, and we'll see you next time.